Welcome to Classlise. I am Lily, and I am so happy to be with you again today for a new episode.
Hello, everyone. I am Sante, and I want to give a warm welcome to everyone listening. Right now, maybe you are on your way to school or sitting in your kitchen or just taking a short break. Thank you for pressing play and joining us. Lily, how are you today?
You know, Sante, I had a little trouble this morning. I opened my fridge and I saw nothing ready to eat, not even leftovers. So I spent a long time just looking at all the food, and I felt stressed because I did not know what to cook.
Oh, Lily, I know that feeling. Sometimes I stand in front of the fridge and my mind just feels empty. I start to wish I had something ready. I think a lot of people feel that way. It is not easy to cook something healthy when you are tired or busy.
That is exactly it, Sante. I was thinking how easy it is to just order food or grab snacks when you are hungry and tired, but sometimes it is not good for your body, and it can cost a lot of money in the end.
Yes, and you know, Lily, that reminds me of something I started to try last month. I started to do meal prep a few times a week. I was surprised how much it helped me save time and feel less stressed about what to eat.
Meal prep sounds so useful. Sante, I have heard people talk about it, but I never really tried it myself, maybe because I thought it sounded difficult or maybe just for people who love to cook.
I thought the same thing at first, but you do not have to be a chef to start meal prep. You just need a little planning, and it can be very simple. You can make food for the next day or even for the whole week.
You know, Sante, sometimes I feel like cooking takes too long, especially after work, when I am tired. If I could have something ready or almost ready, it would make evenings much easier.
That is one of the best things about meal prep, Lily. After a busy day, you just open the fridge and you have a meal waiting for you. You do not need to think too much or do a lot of cooking. You can just warm it up and enjoy your food.
That sounds amazing, Sante. Sometimes I look at pictures online and see all these colorful boxes with rice and vegetables and chicken or pasta. They look beautiful. But I always wonder how people make them look so nice and organized.
You know, Lily, it does not always have to look perfect. Sometimes my meals are just rice with some vegetables and maybe some eggs. It's not always pretty. But it is tasty, and I know it's good for me.
That makes me feel better. Sante, I used to think meal prep was about making perfect boxes, but maybe it is really just about making your life a little easier and making sure you have something good to eat.
Exactly, Lily. And it can be different for everyone. You can choose what you like to eat and make it simple or a little more special if you want.
Sante, can I ask you how you started with meal prep? Did you have a plan? Or did you just try different things until you found what worked?
At first, Lily, I tried to copy what I saw online, but it felt too difficult, so I started small. I made a big pot of soup on Sunday, and I ate it for lunch for a few days. It was easy, and I felt happy because I did not have to cook every day.
That is a good idea. Sante, maybe I can start with something simple too, like making a big salad or some rice and vegetables and keep them in the fridge.
Yes, Lily. And you do not have to make every meal in advance. Even just having something ready for breakfast or lunch can help you save time and feel less stress in the morning.
I can see that, Sante, sometimes I skip breakfast because I am in a hurry, but if I had something ready like overnight oats or a sandwich, I could just take it with me and not feel hungry later.
You know, Lily, I have a friend who makes breakfast burritos for the whole week. She wraps them and puts them in the freezer. Then every morning, she just takes one and heats it up. She said it makes her mornings calm and easy.
That sounds wonderful, Sante. And it also saves money because eating out every day can be expensive. Even small snacks can add up if you buy them often.
Yes, and not just money, Lily, but also your health. Sometimes when we are busy, we eat fast food or snacks with a lot of sugar. But when you prepare your meals, you can choose what goes inside and make better choices.
That is true, Sante. Sometimes I notice I eat more vegetables when I cook at home, and I feel better and have more energy. It is a small thing, but it makes a difference in my day.
I feel the same, Lily. You know, sometimes people think meal prep is only for people who want to lose weight, but I think it is for anyone who wants to eat better and feel good.
Yes, Sante, and it can help with many things like saving time and energy, making healthy choices, and even feeling proud because you made something for yourself.
You know, Lily, sometimes when I open my fridge and see meals ready, I feel a little proud. I think, wow, I did this for myself, and I am taking care of my body.
That is a lovely feeling, Sante. I think taking care of yourself is important, and sometimes food is a way to show kindness to your own body.
Yes, and you do not have to be perfect. Sometimes my meals are simple, sometimes they do not look great, but I know they help me feel good.
Sante, have you ever made something special for someone else as part of your meal prep? Like maybe for your family or a friend?
Yes, Lily, sometimes I make extra food and bring it to my neighbor. She lives alone, and she told me it makes her happy to get a home-cooked meal. It is a small thing, but it means a lot.
That is beautiful, Sante. Sometimes sharing food is a way to show you care. Even a small meal or a snack can make someone's day better.
Yes, Lily. And sometimes we think we need to do big things to help people, but small things like sharing a meal can bring a lot of happiness.
That reminds me, Sante. When I was younger, my mom used to cook big meals on Sunday, and she would save some for the week. It made the house smell nice. And I always felt safe knowing there was food waiting for me.
That sounds like a warm memory. Lily, sometimes the smell of food brings back good feelings from when we were children.
Yes, Sante and maybe meal prep is not just about saving time, but also about bringing comfort and happiness into your life.
I think so, Lily. And you know, sometimes when life feels a little hard, just having something good to eat can make you feel better.
I agree, Sante. Sometimes a simple meal can help you relax and take a break from a busy day.
You know, Lily, sometimes I plan my meals based on what I already have at home, so I do not waste food. I look in my fridge and try to use what is there before buying new things.
That is a smart idea, Sante. I sometimes buy too much food, and then I forget about it. If I plan my meals, I can use everything and not throw food away.
Yes, and it saves money too, Lily, because you only buy what you need and you use what you have. It feels good to not waste anything.
Sometimes I feel guilty if I have to throw away food, so meal prep can help me feel better about how I use what I have.
Yes, Lily, and it is also better for the environment when we do not waste food.
You know, Sante, sometimes people say they do not have time for meal prep, but maybe they just need a simple plan to start with.
Yes, Lily, and you can start small, maybe just one meal a day or just for a few days in the week. You do not have to do everything at once.
That makes it feel easier. Sante, maybe I can start with just making lunch for tomorrow and see how it goes.
That is a good idea, Lily, and maybe you will find it helps your day feel more calm.
You know, Sante, sometimes when I come home after a long day, I just want to sit down and rest. If I have food ready, I do not need to spend energy thinking about what to eat.
Yes, Lily, and it helps you avoid eating fast food or snacks that are not so healthy. When you are tired, you can just heat your meal and relax.
That sounds perfect, Sante. Maybe next time I will try to make a simple soup or some pasta and keep it ready for a few days.
You know, Lily, one of my favorite things to prep is roasted vegetables. I put them in the oven with a little oil, and they are ready for salads or as a side for any meal.
That is a great idea, Sante. I love roasted vegetables. They taste sweet, and they are easy to keep in the fridge.
Yes, and you can add them to rice or pasta, or just eat them with some bread. It makes meal prep easy, and you have many choices.
I think I will try that, Sante. Maybe I can make a big tray of vegetables and keep them for the week.
You know, Lily, sometimes people use special containers for meal prep, but you do not need anything special. You can use what you have at home.
That makes it feel more simple. Sante, I sometimes think I need to buy new things to start a new habit, but maybe I can just use my old boxes and jars.
Yes, Lily, and sometimes using what you have makes you feel good because you are not spending extra money.
You know, Sante, sometimes I make a big salad and I keep the dressing on the side so the salad stays fresh for a few days.
That is a good tip, Lily. I do the same with my pasta. I keep the sauce separate and mix it when I'm ready to eat.
Meal prep is starting to sound like a fun project instead of a big task. Sante?
Yes, Lily. And it can be creative. You can try new recipes or just use your favorite foods.
I think sometimes people get bored with eating the same thing every day, but with meal prep, you can change little things to make it interesting.
Yes, Lily, you can use different sauces or spices, or add a new vegetable to make it feel new every time.
That reminds me, Sante, when I make soup, I like to add different herbs each time. Sometimes parsley, sometimes basil, sometimes just a little lemon.
That sounds delicious, Lily. I think meal prep gives you a chance to try new things without a lot of stress.
I feel excited to try meal prep now. Sante, maybe it will help me have more time for other things I want to do.
Yes, Lily. And you know, when you spend less time cooking every day, you have more time to rest or do something you enjoy.
That is important. Sante, sometimes we forget to make time for rest or hobbies because we are too busy thinking about meals.
Yes, and meal prep is one way to give yourself more freedom every week.
You know, Sante, sometimes I think about how meal prep could help families too. If you have children or live with other people, it can make meals together more easy and happy.
Yes, Lily. And it can help teach children about healthy food and cooking too. They can help with washing vegetables or mixing things and feel proud of the meal.
That is a nice way to spend time together. Sante, cooking and sharing food can be a happy family memory.
Yes, and sometimes it is fun to make simple recipes together, like sandwiches or fruit salads.
That reminds me, Sante, sometimes I make a fruit salad at night and eat it for breakfast the next morning. It feels fresh and sweet and makes my day start happy.
That is a good idea, Lily. I will try that maybe with apples and bananas and a little yogurt.
Sante, have you ever tried meal prep for snacks, maybe making healthy snacks to keep for the week?
Yes, Lily, sometimes I cut carrots or cucumbers and keep them in a box so I can have them when I am hungry or busy.
That sounds smart. Sante, sometimes when I am hungry, I just want something fast. If I have healthy snacks ready, I will not reach for chips or cookies.
Yes, Lily, and it is good for children too to have healthy snacks ready. They can just take them when they want something to eat.
Meal prep is not just for big meals. It can help with snacks too and make your whole day better.
Yes, and you know, sometimes when you have good food ready, you feel more relaxed about your day.
I can see that, Sante, sometimes stress comes from small things, like not knowing what to eat, but if you plan ahead, it can help you feel calm.
Yes, Lily, and sometimes you can plan your meals with a friend or family member, and it becomes something to look forward to.
That is a nice idea, Sante. Maybe next week I can do meal prep with my sister and we can share recipes.
That sounds like fun. Lily, sometimes sharing the work makes it easier and more enjoyable.
I'm starting to think of meal prep as self-care. Sante, it is a way to show kindness to myself and make my life easier.
Yes, Lily, and you deserve to feel good and to enjoy your meals every day.
Thank you, Sante. I think everyone listening deserves that too.
Yes, everyone deserves to feel cared for and happy with their meals.
Sante, sometimes I feel like I am too busy to cook, but maybe meal prep will help me have more energy and less stress.
I think it will, Lily. Sometimes we just need to try a new habit and see how it helps us.
You know, Sante, I am feeling more hopeful about cooking now. I am excited to try something new.
Me too, Lily. I hope our conversation helps our listeners feel ready to try meal prep too.
It is never too late to start a new habit. Sante, even one small step can make a big difference.
Yes, and remember, it does not have to be perfect. Just start with what you can do.
That is good advice, Sante. Sometimes I need to hear that it is okay to start small.
Yes, and with time, it gets easier and you can enjoy the benefits every day.
Sante, do you have a favorite meal you like to prep for the week?
Yes, Lily. I like to make chicken with rice and vegetables. It is simple, and I can eat it for lunch or dinner.
That sounds good, Sante. I think I will try making a vegetable soup this week and keep it in the fridge.
That is a great idea, Lily. I think our listeners will find their own favorites too as they try meal prep.
Sante, thank you for sharing your ideas and stories today. It helped me feel more confident.
Thank you, Lily. I enjoyed talking with you, and I hope our listeners feel inspired and calm after listening.
Remember, everyone, you're important, and taking care of yourself with good food is a wonderful thing.
Yes, and if you want to try meal prep, just start with one small step and see how you feel.
Thank you for joining us today and spending your time with Classlise.
You just listened to Classlise. where your ears lead your fluency.
We hope you keep listening and enjoy more gentle moments with us.
Take care of yourself, and remember, even small steps can make your days brighter.
Until next time, stay well and enjoy your meals.
Goodbye for now, and happy meal prepping.
You have just listened to Classlise, where your ears guide your fluency.
Thank you, and have a peaceful and tasty day ahead.
See you soon on Classlise.
Keep listening and keep caring for yourself every day.